everybody, it's Michelle, and I've got one last gift in a jar mix for you guys before Christmas. We're going to be doing a hot chocolate drink mix. We're going to be doing our mix in my batter bowl here, and I've got a strainer on top of that to kind of sift the ingredients together and help us get those mixed before they go into a jar. This is all going to be mixed together, and it's going to make a large batch, a quart jar, so they can use out of that several times. And the first thing that goes in is some instant dry milk, and we've got 1.5 cups of that. And this ingredient is the main reason I like to have the strainer, because you guys might can tell it's very large granules, and I like it to be finer in the mix. So I just kind of work it through the screen on that and get it down to a fine powder. Okay, that's almost all the way worked through, and we'll do the rest as we get the rest of our ingredients into the strainer. So the next thing to go in is going to be 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. And that should go through a little easier, and it'll help us work through the rest of our dry milk too. Next is 3/4 cup of powdered coffee creamer, and I'm going to be using French vanilla coffee creamer. That way it'll give it a little better of a flavor for our cocoa. And work that in. And then we're going to add 3/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa. And the last thing is just a pinch of salt. And I'm going to be using a couple of grinds of pink Himalayan salt. And then work that through. And you can see that putting it through that strainer is eliminating a lot of clumps. It's going to be a really nice, fine mix. And then just mix everything together with a whisk. And now we're ready to put it into our jar. So I've got my quart size cannon jar here with my funnel on top, and that should be just about the perfect amount for our quart jar. Tap it down just a little. I've got cocoa flying everywhere. Clean up that rim a little bit and wipe off our jar. And it's just that simple, and we are ready to decorate. So again, I've got a Christmassy fabric that I cut into a 7-inch square. I've got a pretty sparkly ribbon that I thought was nice and Christmassy in red to tie a bow onto that. And again, I created a tag that says hot chocolate drink mix, and I put a little clip art of a mug of cocoa there with some holly leaves and instructions on the back, which is super simple. 3 to 4 tablespoons into your mug and a cup of hot water, and that is all it takes. I really love this. It's super simple to put together to give as gifts, and then when the recipient gets that, it's super simple for them to make. So everybody wins. And I tied that with red and white cording, kind of twisted together like a baker's twine, but it's a heavier cording. I thought that kind of looked like peppermint, and it was very Christmassy. So that's what we're going to tie our tag on with. So I'm going to put my fabric on there. And I just really love holly patterns at Christmas. Okay, I've got that held on with my rubber band. And again, you can always take that off afterwards if you want to. It just helps hold that fabric on there till you can get it adjusted and evened out, and then get your tag tied around. So again, I've left a long cord on my tag with my knot so that that dangles below. And we've got a long enough cord to wrap around to the back and back around to the front again. And I'm just going to tie that in a little knot. This cording is thick anyway. I wanted red and white baker's twine, but this was all I had, and I really wanted that peppermint kind of Christmassy look. And just clip those off wherever you want that to hang to. I'm going to cut off about 2 feet or so of my sparkly ribbon, and then tie on a bow. And this one is a wired ribbon, so those are really good to make bows with because you can shape the bow with that wire in it afterwards. Spin my bow around. It always settles in upside down. Okay. And what I like to do is pull that really tight, even if the loops are way too long, and then we can adjust the length afterwards. Cut a little fishtail shape. So that's it. Probably one of the easiest gifts that you can make. And it's so delicious. So leave a comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, give me a like over on my Facebook page, and join our Facebook group, Craftie Minds. Follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll put the links to all of those in the description below, so be sure and check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.